Bonjour. Um, je m'appelle Siarah. My name is Siarah. Um, so today I decided I would like to teach you some basic ballet. Um, I used to do ballet, take ballet lessons when I was a little kid, and I have remembered it, and I like to integrate ballet into my workouts and just like my daily routine. Ballet, for me, it's not, um, you may be afraid to learn it because, oftentimes the ballerinas are so rigid and poised, and I mean, that's the way you are trained to do it. But I like to teach ballet and do ballet in a way that's a little bit more fluid and more accessible. So um, today I'm going to be teaching you some basics of ballet. I'm going to teach you the 5 positions that ballerinas use and some movements that we can do with those positions. So you can wear whatever you are comfortable in since you're just at home. I'm just wearing a leotard with a little skirt and some socks. If you have a hard floor, you might want to wear shoes while you're doing this. If not, you can wear socks, basically whatever you're comfortable in. Okay, so I'm going to back up so that you can see my feet. I had to set my tablet just right so that I could get this angle, and so I have to be all the way back here, but that is okay. Oh, and by the way, if you see my cats roaming around, I have 2 cats. There's Snowy over there and Mushy sitting right there. You may not see them in the camera, but they may run around or jump around. Right now they're just kind of chilling, so hopefully they don't knock the tablet over. Anyway, enough of that. So, usually in a ballet studio you would have a bar, but you can, this first part you can do without holding on to the bar. The bar is not necessary. The bar is mostly there for balance. You can also hold on to, like, for example, I have the fireplace here. You could hold on to that, use that as a bar. Typically the bar would not be that high in a ballet classroom. It would be more about like waist high, or you can lean onto the wall, or if you're extremely balanced, you don't need it at all. But yeah, it's mostly just for balance, especially when we get into the more difficult moves. So let's start out with the 5 basic positions. So they are numbered 1 through 5, and I'm kind of standing in first position already. So first position, you want to stand, let me back up all the way so you can see. You want to stand with your feet, your heels together and your toes pointed out, your arms in kind of a relaxed position like this, or you can move them up or down, but usually first position is like this. It's more about the feet than the arms. You can add the arms in as we go, but let's start out with, so first position, standing like this. You want to, think like your body is, you want to stand up as straight as you can. Think like your body is like pulled up, like there's a cord pulling you up, and it can be a little uncomfortable at first, but this is actually really good posture, and keep your shoulders back as far as you can go. You want to keep your head up, and shoulders back, stomach in, neck up, basically, as much as you can. But anyway, it's good posture. Also, it's good for your spine, really, because humans, we tend to like walk slouched over. We don't realize how much pressure we're putting onto our bodies. So actually, I've found that standing in more like ballet like postures actually helps me with like back issues and makes me a lot more comfortable. It takes a while to get used to, but it's good posture. Anyway, so yes. So this is first position from the side, and then from the front again. So, and all the positions, they move into each other. So with this, we do what is called a plie. You just basically bend your knees and rise, and then a tendu, which is just pointing your toes, and you step out into second position. Now, second position is similar to first, except you just extend your foot, and you're standing in a more wide stance, and you also extend your arms like that. You can also do a plie in second position. All the positions you can do plies in. There are two types of plies. There's grand plie, which is full down, and also demi plie. So grand plie would be all the way down and up, but a demi plie would be like more like just a little bit squatting. So you can see it from the side. So we have second position, and we have our arms out like this, and demi plie, and then a nice grand plie. Okay, and now back facing forward. So then we will move into third position. So third position basically takes your foot and you place it, you tendu. Tendu basically in French means point. A lot of the ballet words come from the French. So tendu is to point. So you point your toe, and you move it like this. You can see. And your arms, usually you can be like this. So this is third position. And you can also do a plie in third position, demi plie, and a nice grand plie. It gets more difficult, so don't push yourself, just bend as far as you can, but this whole basically ballet classes tend to consist of a lot of plies and different various positions. But after that, so we can step out into fourth position. So fourth position will be, you will extend your foot and place it in front of you like this. I believe that's correct. And fourth position is a little bit more difficult. It's not used as often, but you can also do a plie. So let's do a demi plie, and maybe, if you can, grand plie. Ooh, just doing rain, that's nice. Anyway, okay, so then this is a fourth position, and by the way, the poses can be reversed. So I'm doing it with my left foot on the left side first, but it can be like you can reverse on both sides. So if I had a bar, typically like in a ballet class, they would have you start from one side, to the left or the right, and then switch. So then for fifth position, we're going to take your back left, whichever foot is pointing back, you're going to tendu, which is again pointing in the backward position, and you're going to pull it in front. So if you can, I'm just going to back up because I don't know if you can see my knee, but you're going to have the foot that was behind you is going to now be in the front. And this is fifth position. So, right, let's do that again. So back from fourth position, we were out like this, and then tendu back into, you close your feet the opposite way, like this. So anyway, and the arms, I was mostly focusing on feet in this one. The arms, I feel like the arms you can kind of do, since this is kind of, not a strict ballet class, there are strict standard moves, but you can do, like fifth position, typically you would have your arms up like this. Now, another thing we can do is, if you can, an releve, basically standing on your toes. Well, not standing on your toes, but your tippy toes in. So this is I can't remember if it's called releve. I think releve. So releve, fifth position, and then back down. And then we can do plie. So let's do that again. Releve into standing, and then finish with a demi-plie. And then you tendu, left foot, or whatever foot, and tendu with whatever foot was behind you, and then close back to first position. And again, first position from the side looks like this. Right, so hopefully that makes sense. That's kind of like the basic steps, so we use these positions in ballet, and then basically all the moves kind of come from there. So a lot of times in ballet classes, it will just be a lot of warm-ups. Also stretching is really important. Stretching is really important both before and after class, just to get your muscles loose and help them recover. So in ballet class, we do a lot of stretching, just to help with your flexibility and also like overall posture over time. So don't forget to stretch before, but after stretch. And when you're stretching, don't push yourself. Don't, push yourself too, only go until like where it's comfortable. Don't push yourself to where it hurts. Push yourself to where you feel, force, like, for example, like stretching, like this. So a good stretch is to stand on your toes and reach your arms up, and then bend over as far as you can. And then just kind of let your head hang. And if you can, place your hands on the floor basically just go as far as you can, but to the point where you feel like a push-pull effect, but don't hurt yourself. Your body will become more flexible over time. And then with that, you can do a little bit of a plie, and then come back up. Anyway, but yeah. So that's a good stretch, and you can also, like, you know, I like to, when I'm practicing ballet, like sometimes throughout the course of my practice, like stretch on and off. You may see ballerinas doing that in class. So okay, so let's just practice a little bit more of footwork. So I'm going to start in first position and open with the tendu to second position, and then tendu with your other foot, and we're going to go into fifth position and basically stand on your toes, like stretch out your toes and, you know, hold on to something if you need to. But basically this is so you may, you know, a pirouette. So a pirouette is basically when you are on the tip of your toes, if you're wearing regular ballet shoes, like the balls of your feet, or if you are more experienced, you can get point shoes, but those are for advanced. I have some point shoes. I was going to wear them, but they are a little bit too small. I ordered them in a too small size, so unfortunately, but the point shoes have like a hard rock, like not rock, but like a hard end to them, so ballerinas can, you know, experienced ballerinas can actually stand on their toes. But for you can also, so that's typically what you would see like on stage, like a prima ballerina, like they all wear, you know, point shoes and, you know, stuff like that. But you can still do pirouettes with regular ballet shoes or no shoes at all. So yeah, so and also in first position typically, but so let's start in first position, and basically a pirouette. I'm gonna come closer, you won't be able to see my feet, but so pirouette is basically means to spin. So that's all it is really. So pirouette, sorry, I slipped a little bit, but pirouette, and dancers will often do this in a routine where they will pirouette and they'll just go and then for me, like, I always get dizzy, so when I'm pirouetting I like to pirouette a few times that way, and whoo, the room is spinning, but then pirouette a few times that way because it kind of balances out the fluids in your head, cerebral fluids and whatnot. Anyway, when you're pirouetting, you can kind of, you know. And so anyway, those were like the basic steps that I taught you, but I mean, I'm gonna do, I think, more of a series where we can actually like put this together into a routine. Like, I'm just gonna show you really quick, like before I end this video, like just a little bit of a routine that you can do using those steps, and feel free to copy me if you want. IDK, I'm just gonna do this free form, I'm just making it up. So let's see, I'm gonna start in 5th position and hold you out, and so I'm on my toes, if you cannot see. Let's just do, oh yeah. Oh, this is also where you can jump. If you have experience with other kinds of dance, you can basically, you know, just do kind of like freestyle. Like I like to kind of like you know, just remember to keep, it's all about, and then do Ballet and pose. Always ballerinas love to strike a pose. Just remember it's all about like posture and stuff like that. I especially love pirouetting. That's my favorite thing to do. But anyway, whew, okay. Well, that was fun. Okay, all right, I think that's it for today's video. Hopefully you found this helpful. Again, my name is Siarah. I'm not a professional ballet dancer, but so bear that in mind. But I am a dancer. I dance at my church and do other types of dance. So dance is and I did musical theater too, which I have another video on my channel showing the basic steps of dance. That was from a while back, but basic steps of dance. And anyway, so I think I'm going to do like a series of learning ballet. I was in church today and just kind of started feeling like, I don't know, God inspired me to do it. God always inspires me with great ideas. It all comes from Him anyway. Yeah, so if you like this, I will be following up with another video fairly soon. Okay, bye.